You're always busy, you're always at work. You must have so much money for all them hours you put in. Nah. I got money. Gone. I spent it all.
Lock in, king.
I see how people get addicted to overtime.
Hear me out. If you're depressed, I think you should work 2 jobs.
The biggest part of becoming an adult is just realizing that free time doesn't exist anymore.
I'm about to ruin your relationship with overtime, and I apologize for that in advance.
You know what aggravates me the absolute most? When people go on and complain about how everything is so expensive nowadays. And you know what? I get it, but I don't give a shit.
It's been normalized in the US to grind until you die, and it's caused a lot of us to feel burnt out.
You're always busy, you're always at work. You must have so much money for all them hours you put in. Nah. I got money. Gone. I spent it all. Because every time payday comes around, I be thinking to myself, I'm rich. I'm gonna reward myself for working so hard. DoorDash, food, sweet treats, clothes, bills. All in that order. Keep in mind, we're getting paid bi-weekly. First week, we good. Let's go to the Bahamas. Let's go on a cruise.
Second week, I'm wondering where it all went wrong.
You know what's bad? When you out in public, you gotta lower your phone, turn down the brightness, open up your banking app. It's like unboxing. It's a little surprise. Do I have money or do I need to start picking up extra shifts?
Right.
While hustle culture used to be for people who want to make some extra money, it's now turned into guilt tripping for not working hard enough and spending extra hours at your jobs for absolutely nothing in return.
I once had a coworker who worked relentlessly. He was the first one in the office every day, and he was the last to leave. And the strange thing about it was he never took his vacation time. He always rolled the full amount over to the following year. And he had been doing this for the last 20 years. He's a long-tenured employee. One Friday night, I walked by his office on my way out the door for the weekend, and I asked him, why do you always work so late? And furthermore, why do you never take any time off? You always roll your vacation over to the next year. And he said something that I'll never forget. He explained, if I don't show my value, they may fire me, and I can't show my value if I'm not here, so therefore I don't take my vacation time. Walking out to my car, I thought how sad of a mindset that was, and that his wife must really miss him being around. A couple years went by, and he continued to work late into the evening, over weekends, and never took his vacation time. Until one day, the company unceremoniously laid him off without any notice. The ironic reason they gave him was that his job was no longer adding value to the company.
Now, I want to clarify something. There's a difference between building up a business or an income source like a YouTube channel that belongs to you and can't be taken away versus spending 20 extra hours a week working for slightly more pay at your job.
Some people don't have anything going on outside of work, and you can tell because they treat everything like it's life or death. Every email, it's urgent. Every meeting, it's immediate and it has to happen. They make everything super serious, like it needs immediate action. And I'm over here like, relax. We're not saving the world. We can do one thing at a time. We don't have to rush it out right this instance. We're just working. But for some people, this is the main event. This is everything that they have to look forward to. They don't have anything else going on. They have no friends, no family. They don't do anything in their social life. So they're dedicated to work, and that's all they can focus on. And I get it. You're invested. You're locked in. You want the company to succeed. And I do too. Most of the time, but it's not my life. It's not everything that I do. I turn off the switch when I leave work. But for some people, they can't do that. They can't check out mentally. The second that they leave work, they're still thinking about it. They think about it all night, and then they're ready to go full blown in the morning. And sometimes they'll message you outside of work, and it's like, let's just relax. Let's just chill. How about we get a life and we get something that's not just work related?
When modern life on its own is starting to feel broken for most normal people, some are just blaming you for not working hard enough, when in reality, this system is set up against us.
I see how people get addicted to overtime. I was the type of guy that never wanted any overtime. I was the type of guy, once I get about 39.5 hours, I'm not gonna even get the 40. I'm ready to go home and enjoy my weekend. But recently I've been getting forced into overtime. 5 hours here, I see that check, I'm like, that's pretty nice. Let me see what a 10-hour check would look like. 10 hours of OT? That's really nice. And that's where the addiction kicks in at. Because now I want to set a new PR. Let me see what a 55-hour check looks like. Next thing you know, you're working 68 hours a week. And you're doing it for the pure love of the game. Because most people who work all this OT don't have any time to spend their money. We're just doing it purely for the addiction. Because last week I worked a regular 40. I wasn't feeling that check, I ain't gonna lie to you. I will never work a 40 again. I can't see nothing like that. It just doesn't fit my new lifestyle, even though I haven't changed anything. This is a sad addiction. I see why people lose their families, these blue-collar guys. You get addicted. It's like a drug.
While I encourage you to take every opportunity you can get, many of us have fallen victim to a hustle culture grind set that is making us feel burnt out all of the time.
Working 50 hours of overtime a week will not build you wealth. I've already tried it. It does not work. I'm sorry. And in fact, it's probably going to kill you. In America 2026, this is the way it is. Warren Buffett already said it. If you do not learn to make money in your sleep, you will work to the day you die. And that is literally happening. So either we can learn these things, learn these new skills, learn this information, or we're going to get left behind.
There's a lot of men online that are our age or younger telling you to lock in and you aren't working hard enough when you don't even see the full picture.
Just keep working. You're not getting what you want, keep working. You are getting what you want, keep working.
Bro, you really have to grind to make it, because even on my worst day, this is what I get to do.
Like, bro, you see that fucking sunset, bro? I'm just in this bitch chilling.
There are even some people online telling you that working extra hours a week cured their mental health issues.
Hear me out. If you're depressed, I think you should work 2 jobs. I think you should work 50 hours a week, and this is why. I work 2 jobs. I work every single day of the week, and I work about 50 to 55 hours a week total. When I started doing this, I'm a few weeks in, and family and friends keep asking me like, oh, you're gonna get burnt out? Are you burnt out yet? Blah, blah, blah. My next day off isn't for another 2 weeks. Christmas Day is my next day off. And to answer them, I'm not burnt out. I feel great. I feel better than I did before working that much.
Once again, while I respect someone's effort to build a business, many of these videos are just guilt-tripping young men without any evidence or proof that they even have what they're claiming to have in their videos. For all we know, these people could just be faking everything.
This video be a reminder that you aren't working hard enough. There's no reason why there are people who are 15 years old, 16 years old, even 17 years old who look better than you, are stronger than you, or have more money than you. And
young men will also watch these videos and just think that if they put in more time at their job, they will make it too. But these videos are just meant to push an image, not a path to success.
If your living room don't look like this, you ain't working hard enough. Lock in, king.
It's been normalized now that one of the reasons why you are broke is because you only work 40 hours a week, when in reality, those people are just out of touch.
If you're working a lot and you feel like you're not working hard enough, it's probably because you aren't. Now, don't take this the wrong way, but I've seen so many people who just sit on their computers 12 hours a day and accomplish absolutely nothing. Let me tell you guys something. Working for a long time, every single day, that's not a flex. That's not cool. Like, that's not something that's impressive. I've seen some people who can just sit on their computers all day and literally do nothing and call it work. Well, that's probably because you're just bullshitting all day, scrolling around on Twitter. Anyone can go sit on their computer all day. I promise you. There's a difference between putting in actual work for 3 hours versus sitting on your computer for 12 hours doing jack shit.
As of uploading this video, I'm really close to hitting 1,000 subscribers, so you should subscribe. Seriously, I appreciate all of you. Anyways, let's get back to the show.
The biggest part of becoming an adult is just realizing that free time doesn't exist anymore. It just hides behind guilt. And you know you're there when doing nothing feels stressful. Because there are times where technically I don't have anything pressing that needs to get done. But not according to my brain. There is always that little voice that shows up that's like, you should be cleaning right now. You could definitely be meal prepping. Why aren't you bettering yourself? The fridge made a weird noise a couple days ago and you never checked it. It's like, come on, brain. Give me a break. Can't I just stare at this wall for 10 minutes and think about nothing? Like, let me have this. You know, because free time back in the day used to mean like, this is your time. Do with it what you please. Have at it. Free time as an adult is like Bigfoot. You know, people swear it exists, but no one's ever seen it. It's elusive. You know, half of adulthood is just trying to enjoy your free time quick enough before the guilt kicks in.
For most of human history, wealth was actually measured by free time, not how much you worked. For example, in ancient Greece and Rome, free time was a status of wealth, and most of the peasants did all of the hard work. Fast forward to the modern day, and it's now cool to work all day and ignore everything else in life.
I can't even complain about tonight. I'm coming into work, I'm on overtime, I'm making $35 an hour. Yeah, I'm here for 12 hours, but do the math. 35 times 12, it's a good pay night for me.
I feel like once you get a job that allows you to work overtime, and I'm talking about really overtime after 40, but even a stretch overtime after 45, no more than that shit though. None of that 50, 55, 60, no. Once you get a job that allows you to do overtime after 40 or 45, punch in. Get that bread. You getting double. If you had $20 an hour, you getting 40 an hour. Punch in. It's gonna suck. I'm not saying this shit's gonna be easy. It's gonna be some long ass days. But fucking make a schedule. Make a schedule, have some time management. You can still do the things you want. But punch in. Now,
let's go through a few reasons why it's actually hard to gain progress in life.
If I knew everything was gonna be this damn expensive as an adult, I would have started saving
out the womb.
Because tell me why the moment the paycheck hits my bank account, boom, the bills immediately rinse me of all my money. And it doesn't help that I'm getting the most random Apple charges
that I never consented to
hit the remaining of my funds. I should have known everything was gonna shit the bed the moment $5 footlongs from Subway weren't gonna be $5 anymore. Oh, let's go out.
Bitch, I'm broke right now.
First of all, no one can afford anything. The cost of every traditional milestone in life has increased significantly to the point where people are just giving up.
I've come to the realization that I'm never going to find a good paying job. Whether I have no experience, a little experience, or a lot of experience, I will never obtain a good paying job. Because every time I do it, it all ends the same. I apply, I either get instant rejection, I do a couple interviews, then I get ghosted. It's all gonna end the same, with me not getting the job. With me getting an email saying thank you for applying or interviewing, but we're gonna go with someone else, or the position is closed, or something. And going back to school is an option, but guess what? That costs money, which I don't have. And there's no guarantee either. I've seen people with their masters who still can't find jobs. I don't know what happened to the job market. I don't know why we followed the playbook and we're still losing games. But that's it. It's not going to happen.
Even if you want to get some money to spend, good luck. Getting a job is more difficult than ever, and no one is guaranteed employment anymore.
I just got denied a job from Target. I have a fucking bachelor's degree. I spent 4 years on a bachelor's degree. And then my parents in great old America told me, go get your master's degree because that will absolutely solidify you a job. I can't get a cashier's job. I cannot get a minimum wage job. If I was not making money doing UGC on side shift, which literally anybody could do, a 5-year-old, I would be in a ditch. I wouldn't be able to pay to live. So I have to ask America, what are we doing? How are we supposed to make money? How are we supposed to live?
There is a huge gap in education and the job market. And if you go to college like you were told to growing up, there's a higher chance that you're unemployed. But the internet wants to blame us, already hardworking people, that we aren't working hard enough.
You know what aggravates me the absolute most? When people go on and complain about how everything is so expensive nowadays. And you know what? I get it, but I don't give a shit because that's just negativity right there. Someone who quit their job 8 months ago, I'm not complaining about money. Maybe I'm looking to find a way to get money, but I'm not here begging and going above and beyond trying to get it as soon as possible. It's gonna come to me naturally.
If you have to work overtime to pay the bills or feed a family, I get it. Keep working hard. But if you are doing it purely for the love of the game, I don't even understand why.
I'd like to address something that consistently gets brought up in my comment section, and that is the amount of overtime that I work. It's not uncommon for me to work 25 to 35 hours of overtime a week. A lot of people in the comments will tell me that that's no life to live, I must be miserable, and it's just not worth it. But if you knew why I did it, then you might understand. Now, not every day is sunshine and rainbows, but electric work and problem solving make my brain tick, and I like it. So working 6 and 7 days a week is not an issue for me. In my local union hall, there's opportunities available right now that won't last forever. For example, double time on all overtime, or $5 to $15 overscale on some projects. These are opportunities that could realistically disappear tomorrow. You never know. But while they're here, I'm willing to take advantage of it. I work with many guys that are in their 30s and 40s that work the overtime because they have to provide for their family and keep up with the lifestyle that they have. But personally, I work it to put as much money aside as I possibly can. I live well below my means, and all the money above that I save and invest. Because in my 30s and 40s, I want to be in a position to where I don't have to work overtime. But yes, it does come with sacrifices, and those sacrifices are right now. At 24 years old, I work 6 to 7 days a week, and that's not always fun. But on the other side of that, I don't drink, I don't party, and outside of a couple friends, I don't hang out with many people. So I'm here. I'm taking advantage of the opportunity while it's available to put myself and my family in a better position for our future. That's why I work the overtime.
This man has a great attitude and clearly an amazing work ethic. With the amount of time he puts into work, he could cut back on some hours and spend his free time building something passive and long-term. Again, if you're working on a long-term wealth strategy like a business or content creation, good for you. But this culture of working until you die has bled into all aspects of our society.
Man, why do these jobs be trying to make you feel like you just a horrible person because you don't want to do no more overtime? Like, bro, you will come and ask me, hey, do you want to do some overtime? I say no. Oh, you just don't want no money. No, I just give you already 10 to 14 hours out of my day, 6 days out the week at that. I'm already getting unwanted overtime. Why do I want to do some more overtime? Like,
many of us are not even rewarded for working extra hard at our jobs. I can speak from personal experience. My great-grandpa is 94 currently, and he recently told me that he didn't miss a day of work in his 40 years of working at the same job. And what does he have to show for it? Absolutely nothing.
Overtime pay is proof that your company can afford to pay you more an hour, they just choose not to. Worked for different companies and have had different experiences with overtime, but in manufacturing, it always comes back down to mandatory overtime. When they mandate it, it makes it to where it is now a scheduled day. So if you call out on that day, it counts against you. I've even had it go as far to where you've had to use paid time off, your own PTO, to have a day that you would normally be scheduled off.
I'm one of those people where I don't care how broke I am, I'm never going to work. I'm never going to want to work extra hours. I'm never going to intentionally want to take on somebody's overtime. I'm never intentionally going to want to work on the weekends. I would rather be broke and have tons of free time than to be filthy rich and working all the time.
From that one bad manager asking you to work outside of hours constantly, to being guilt-tripped when you take time off, the capitalist system for work makes you feel guilty for not working constantly.
I'm about to ruin your relationship with overtime, and I apologize for that in advance. You know, people talk about overtime like it's some kind of life hack. Just work more hours, make more money, and sure, the paychecks get bigger. I'm not denying that. I mean, overtime has helped me catch up plenty of times. But nobody talks about what it costs. It's not just the extra hours, it's the weekends you don't remember because you were never there. It's your body feeling like it's twice your age. It's the way you blink and then realize another week disappeared and you barely lived any of it. The truth is, overtime doesn't fix the real issue. The issue is relying on one source of income that drains your time and energy every time you want to earn more.
I present to you a trade offer. Do you want low pay and free time? Or do you want low pay and no free time?
What is the biggest mistake that you have made in your life that you have learned a valuable lesson from?
Working crazy hours and life when I was younger and not really getting total enjoyment out of my kids when they were younger, traveling too much and working too long hours. That's a regret.
So looking back, what would you have done differently? Like, let's say someone is,
Probably
around
more
that
family
age.
time and less work time.
If you want the true grind set mentality, take a bet on yourself. Build that business, build that YouTube channel, or do that one thing you always wanted to do. Not take 20 hours a week in overtime.
Hey, friendly reminder, if you've reached the point in your career where you stopped making plans during the week because your job has left you too exhausted to function like a normal human being anymore, then that does not mean you are weak. That means that your job is exploiting you.
Oh, yeah, that's all she wrote. Man, about time, man. What you getting into this weekend, man? Nothing, bro. I'm locked in, man. I signed up for that overtime they put on the wall over there. Like, you not leaving with us right now? 4 shifts, man. Yep. Did nobody want it? I ain't never heard. Is that legal? Can you work 4 consecutive shifts? They might as well put me in bed in the break room. No, I just thought you was gonna be leaving because our kids' graduation tonight. It's graduation putting money in my pocket. It's graduation paying my bills. Exactly. Come on, man. Exactly. My check gonna have 160 hours on it. It's only 168 hours in a week. I slept an hour and 14 minutes every day in between these shifts, boy. Locked in.
Live below your means. Stop feeding into consumerism and learn how to wisely spend and invest your money. If you are struggling financially, it's okay. Just try your best to educate yourself until you can find a better opportunity. And most importantly, don't give up.
Every time I make a video that has anything to do with overtime, working extra hours, or anything like that, I get a lot of comments that say, if you're not working 80 hours, you're part-time, baby. That's fucking terrible. Okay, let me tell you why. If you have to work 80 hours a week every single week to live your life and pay your bills, do things like that, you have fucked up. And I'm saying this to you. This is a real thing. You have fucked up. Okay? I have set my life up to where I can pay everything I got on a 40-hour-a-week paycheck. Okay? And a lot of people are going to say, well, I don't make enough money to do that in a 40-hour-a-week paycheck. Get a different trade. Go work somewhere else. That's all there is to it. If you're not making enough money in your 40-hour-a-week paycheck to pay your bills and live the life that you want to live, you need to get a different job. That is all there is to it.
Don't feel guilty about taking time off. Don't let others take advantage of you at work. And don't feed into a lot of the slop that you see online when it comes to grinding. If you made it this far, drop a fire emoji. I see you all in the comments and y'all are some real ones. And most importantly, thank you for watching.